go for later. Now these onions you might want to put into our freezer mates, little ones that hold half a cup. Freeze them, and as you have a recipe, just pull out however many you need. But you can do multiple onions with this. Now, I put, I started out with 3 onions, and I did, so that's about 1.5 onions that I started out with. It's a little stiff at first, but you can keep adding them. I could use all 3 of these in this and chop them all at once. This is our Quick Chef Pro. It also, no, this is the Quick Chef Pro. This is, let me turn my page, the Power Chef system, okay, Power Chef. And it comes also with a blade. You could put all 3 of these onions in this container. The blades on both of these, all 3 of these, are slightly bent, and it's designed that way so that they will lift the product up when it's chopping and let it fall back down. So that's one of the features of our blades that make it so efficient. This container, as you can see, is clear, and we're going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to turn this into a butter churn. Now, I put the blade in. This is what we call the engine or the powerhouse, and you work it by pulling it like a little lawnmower. And for every time you pull it once, the blade goes around 8 times. Is that efficient? That's efficient. So the blade that I have, paddle that I have in here, I put real whipping cream, I put 2 cups in here. Now there's quite a bit in here, and so I started it a little bit ahead of time. If you want to do whipped cream, you can do just whipping cream. You can add a little powdered sugar, you can add a little vanilla, whatever you want to add. You can use the cinnamon vanilla, put that in there to your whipped topping, put it on your pumpkin pie. Oh, wouldn't that be good? So, but as I, who knows what happens to whipped cream if you blend it too long? It turns to butter. That's why I called this a butter churn. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I can tell this is getting a whole lot harder to pull.
Nice.
Okay, so it's getting thicker. Now, you know, and this is fine to serve it this way. Whatever, you know, however thick you want it. Some people like it really runny, some people like it really stiff. But for it to turn to butter, it's going to separate the whey from the fat. And when that happens, I won't be able to pull this anymore. So before that happens, I'm going to take our little engine off, and I'm going to put in 1.5, well, it's a 1/2 tablespoon of honey, and a 1/2 teaspoon of our cinnamon vanilla. And if you have ever been to that one steakhouse, you know, that has that honey cinnamon butter, that's what it's going to be like. So you put it in there and you just keep mixing. This again has a funnel, okay? I didn't use the honey in the funnel because it would just go, it wouldn't go in there. But if you had something liquid, you could add it. I think I was at Anita's party and somebody said, oh, you could use it to make mayonnaise. And I said, I want to learn how to do that. Because I haven't mastered that. Now you can purchase both of these as a set, and that's called the Power Chef system, and you have one engine for both of these. That's a good thing, but you can also buy them individually. And with our small one, which is the chopping prep, we're going to just cut up some crackers so you can see how well that goes. We are almost here. I am going to take off the top and scrape it. You have to twist one way and the other way. Because up here on the top we've got a lot of good stuff that's going to stay as whipped cream if we don't get it down in there. Oh, we are almost there. That has to be straight. It's not as hard as I make it look. What you couldn't see in here is that the bottom had separated, but when I put the fresh in there, it back together. And this is one of those things that looks fun, so you hope your husband volunteers to do it, or the kids who really like the honey butter, they'll come do it. I don't know if you can see the sides. See how it's starting to separate? It will just fall flat. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do this with just 1 cup of whipping cream, but I did 2 tonight because Thanksgiving and Christmas are coming. If you're going to do it, you'll probably have a crowd, so you might want to. It is starting to separate, but it's not quite all the way. You could eat it like this, but it's done.
Wow.
It's done. I can't pull it anymore. Nor can I get it open. Part of the problem is I have very small hands, so my grip is horrible. I can do it that way better. Now there is liquid. Do you have the basket for the chop? I know I'm asking you for these things.
Probably not.
You can see this is thick, like butter, crumbly.